Hello friends, welcome to today's football predictions on Betkraft. Right, today is another beautiful Friday morning, as usual, so many games going on across the globe, and we made a selected few amongst these many that's going on across the globe and brought it forward for you. And before then, we were quite able to make our in-depth analysis on these games and bring it forward. So we saw yesterday how we fared. Most of all of our games yesterday, all of the games yesterday actually won. For those of us who played our games yesterday, congratulations and kudos to all of you. All right, that being said, today is another day to actually hit 100%, and we have some of these games that we looked into, and in a short while we'll be looking at these games one after the other. And I want to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time, who are actually yet to subscribe to our daily videos, to hit the subscription button down there so that you don't miss out on our subsequent games that will all be coming up in this channel on a daily basis. All right, that being said, without further ado, let's get to the business of today. And today we are starting with the very first game. It is in Republic of Ireland, first division, where we have Derry City, who will be up against Dundalk. And as usual, as tradition, we actually look at how these two teams have fared in recent games, and we go down to performances from home and away perspective. So when you look at Derry City, it is 3 victories in the past 6 games that they played out so far, and they've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. And the away side, Dundalk, have been able to achieve 1 win in the past 6, and they've also had 1 draw and 4 losses in the past 6 games that they played in recent times. And when you look at performances from home and away perspective, you can see the home side, Derry City, have been able to achieve 7 victories in the past 10 home games, and also they had 2 draws as well as 1 loss, just a single loss in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. And the away side, Dundalk, have been able to achieve just 1 victory in the past 10 away games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 7 losses playing from away. That's a whole lot of lost games. And looking at how these 2 teams fared in the last meeting on head-to-head, we'll see them that they Dundalk City played on home during the last meeting, and they played out a 0-0 draw. But prior to that, we saw Derry City playing from home, defeating this side by 4 goals to 1. And also, earlier, we also saw Derry City defeating Dundalk by 3 goals to 1 from away on that occasion. So in this very putting all these statistics together, we know that Derry City is in fine form, seeing that they've won 70% of their home games, and we do expect a repeat of home win in this very one. So we do expect a home win. That's our verdict for this very encounter, and that will take us to the next for today. It is in Russia Premier League, Ukraine Premier League, where we have Veres coming up against Dynamo Kyiv. All right, and Veres have been able to achieve just 1 victory in the past 6 games that they had. They've also lost 4 as well as 1 draw. And Dynamo Kyiv have won 4 games. They've lost 1 and have had 1 draw. And then looking at how these 2 teams have fared from home and away perspective, you see home side Veres have managed to achieve 4 victories. They've also had 2 draws, but have had 4 losses in the past 10 games that they had so far. And the away side, Dynamo Kyiv, have been able to achieve 7 victories. So again, from home, from away actually, and they have had 2 losses and 1 draw in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. And looking at head-to-head for both sides, we see that the last time they met was in May this year. We saw Dynamo Kyiv playing from home on that occasion, defeating Veres by 3 goals to 0. And prior to that, when Dynamo Kyiv played from away, the last time they played from away, saw them playing a 1-1 draw, which was in March this year. All right, and earlier before that, we saw Dynamo Kyiv defeating them once again from home by 3 goals to 0. And it is actually Dynamo Kyiv who has been very dominant of this head-to-head meeting, seeing that they've won on they've won 9 times out of 10. They've won 8 times out of 10, and 1 being a draw, and Veres winning only on 1 occasion in the past 10 head-to-head meetings for both sides. So it is the away side, Dynamo Kyiv, that is expected to rise to the occasion once again and win outrightly in this very game. We win. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the next game for the day, and it is in Bulgaria second division, where we have Arda coming up against Hebar 1918. And when you look at the home side, have had 2 wins, 2 draws, as well as 2 losses in the past recent 6 games that they had so far. When you look at our away side, on the other hand, they've had just 2 draws in the past 6 games and 4 losses. All right, they've not won a single match in the past 6. And when you take it down to how these 2 teams have fared from home and away, you could see that the home side as well have seen 6 victories in the past 10 home games. They've also had 3 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. Arda have won 70% of their home game and 60% of their home games rather, and they're doing well if you ask me. But the away side, on the other hand, Hebar in the past 10 away games have managed just 1 draw, but have lost they've had 2 draws actually, and they've lost 8 games in the past 10 away games that have played so far. So that tells you it's a very poor side, and they're not doing very well, especially when they're playing from away. So we do expect to see the home side winning in this one. But also the last 2 times both teams met, so Hebar winning the last time by 1-0. That was in March. On that occasion they played out from home, and when Arda played from home, that was September last year, they also won by 3-1. So we do expect the home side, Arda, to win in this very encounter. Home win, that's our verdict. And that takes us to the next for the day, and it is in Croatia First Division, where we have Sibenik coming up against Slaven Kaprovenica. All right, when you look at the home side, they've been able to achieve 4 victories and also 2 losses in the past 6 games that they played out. And the away side have had 2 wins, 2 draws, as well as 2 losses in the past 6 encounters. Looking at performances from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Sibenik, have managed to achieve 9 victories in the past 10 home games, and losing just 1. And the away side, on the other hand, Slaven have managed to achieve just 2 victories, and they've also had 1 draw and have lost 7 games in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. And head-to-head meetings saw Sibenik, be very dominant. The last 3 head-to-head have always seen Sibenik winning on 2 occasions and losing on just once. So the last time they met was in April this year, and Sibenik took the victory on that occasion, defeating the side by 3-1. So we do expect a repeat of this, and seeing that Sibenik is also playing for home once again, we expect to see home side winning in this very encounter. Home win, that's our verdict for this very game. And that takes us to the next for the day, and it is in Russia Premier League, where we have Nizhny Novgorod coming up against Khimki. And we'll see that the home side have managed to achieve 2 victories in the past 6. They've also had 4 losses, and the away side, on the other hand, have been able to achieve 2 wins. Also, they've had 2 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 6 games that they played out so far. And looking at how these 2 teams have fared from home and away perspective, you see that home side have managed just 2 victories in the past 10 home games that they had so far, but they've lost 8 games out of those 10 games that they played out from home. And, that shows you how poor these teams are playing from home. They've lost a whopping 8% of those 10 home games that they played out so far. And our side, Khimki, on the other hand, have been able to achieve 7 victories in the past 10 away games. They've also lost 3 in the past 10 away games they played out so far. So they are doing very well, winning 70% of their away games. That shows you that it is a very strong side, and we do expect a good result from them. And the last time both teams met, interestingly, was in June last year. Saw the home side Novgorod winning on that occasion by 2-0. But this time around, Khimki is in fine form, and they'll be looking to effect a sweet revenge in this very encounter. So it is the away side that is expected to rise to the occasion and win out shortly. It is a away win. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the next game, which happen to be the last for the day, and it is in Lothian Second Division, where we have Babrungas coming up against Kauno Zalgiris 2. And when you look at Babrungas, the home side, they've been able to achieve 5 victories in the past 6 games that they played in those occasions, but they've also lost 1 out of those 6 games that they had. And when you look at their away side, Zalgiris 2, they've managed just 1 victory. They've also had 2 draws as well as 3 losses in the past recent 6 games that they had so far. When you look at how these 2 teams have fared from home and away perspective, you can also see that Babrungas, the home side, have been able to achieve 3 victories and 1 draw. 3 victories actually, and they've also had 5 draws as well as 2 losses playing from home. And their away side, on the other hand, have achieved 2 victories from away, and they've also had 1 draw, and they've lost 7 games in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. And the last time both teams met, which was in March this year, saw Babrungas defeated this side from away by 2-1. And prior to that, we saw them playing out a 1-1 draw. And looking at the 5 head-to-head meetings, both sides have always seen Babrungas be very dominant. They've actually won on 3 occasions, losing 1 and also achieving a draw in 1. So in this very encounter, it is the home side, Babrungas, that is actually expected to rise to the occasion, seeing that in recent games they've won 5 out of those 6, and they're expected to rise to this occasion and win outright in this very encounter. It is the home side to win. That's our verdict for this very game. All right, and that brings our predictions for you today, Betkraft, to a conclusion. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope the ticket goes green. Once again, just like yesterday, remember to also play responsibly. It's only a football game, and it can go either way. All right. Also, I want to remind you to remember to split your games. In that way, you will also ensure that you have a consistent winning on a daily basis. All right. That being said, tomorrow is another big day for us because it's actually Saturday, and we saw that the usual leagues, European leagues, are coming back, and tomorrow we'll be having a lot of games available. So that being said, tomorrow is going to be a good day for us, and I hope that you come up here on Betkraft. Don't miss out tomorrow's game. It's going to be really, really wonderful. So, but until then,